Okay, we are in Veganuary and someone is already going back to paying for animal abuse. And this is a video response to Eva Loves Raw, and the BS video of her excuses of her going back to paying for the rape, torture, and murder of animals is almost an hour and 30 minutes long. But luckily, my best friend, who I have never met before, Happy Healthy Vegan, has shortened it for us with his own response. And so I am going to use his response. I'm going to use the videos from Eva Loves Raw from his response to make my own response. Oh, and thank you so much, Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan, for sitting through that BS video. I love your sacrifice. Thank you. So first she's going to talk about how she, you know, flip-flopped from different diets.
I was raw vegan for 7 years, but the last basically the first four great, then two that were okay-ish. I was not thriving anymore, although I believed in my mind that I was. That's just the funny thing. I was like convinced that I was.
Okay, so we have another raw food plant-based poser, which, in my opinion, I think that raw plant-based eating is an eating disorder, and a lot of these people, they're closet anorexics, and they are saying that they are quote unquote vegan when they're just hiding their eating disorder. That is a big red flag. A lot of raw vegans, quote unquote, that are saying that they're vegan, they will go back to animal abuse because they're not getting a variety of foods, and they don't know how to boil water to make potatoes, lentils, rice, sweet potatoes. They don't know how to use an oven to make, casseroles and things like that. So they're not getting a variety of foods. So that is a big red flag.
Yeah. But then last year there were some undeniable issues, and one of them was my hair. My hair started falling out, and it was falling out bad. I lost probably 40% of my hair.
Okay, this is a big, big sign of malnutrition, which means she is not eating enough calories. This is a common symptom of anorexia nervosa that, if you look at medical things, they will tell you to look out for. I do not have my hair falling out. I actually joke with my mom that, if anyone needs a hair transplant and they ever want a hair transplant and they're able to get someone else's hair and put it on someone else's head, they're going to call me. It's a joke in our family. And I have to cut my hair because it gets so thick on my head. I have to get it trimmed every 3 weeks. My hair's not falling out. You just don't know how to eat properly. You think cooked food is evil, and you're not eating variety of foods, and you decided to throw the animals under the bus.
Wow. So I was also getting forgetful, and that's something that's funny because I had struggled with that years prior. I was very brain foggy. Yeah. And this time I started like forgetting actual words. It's not that I couldn't recall things or situations or I was getting forgetful. It's that I literally could not recall a word that I knew was in my brain that I couldn't bring to my lips. I couldn't actually say it.
Okay, this is another sign of malnutrition. You can get plenty of omega-3s through chia seeds and flax seeds, and I think walnuts have omega-3. And this is another sign of malnutrition having to do with her disguising her eating disorder by saying that she is not only vegan, but raw vegan. And this is not good. And I have been vegan for almost 6 years, and I completed a master's degree in that time that was really strenuous. I had a job. I'm doing volunteer work. I'm uploading these videos. I'm reading books from my other channel. My brain isn't having issues finding the correct words. The only time that I have issues finding the correct words is if I'm a little nervous, or sometimes I get tongue-tied because I talk too fast. The things that she is describing are all have to do with malnutrition. Why don't you eat some cooked food and not throw the animals under the bus?
My muscle tone was also getting really, really bad. Like you, I have been working out
Yeah.
my entire life. I've always wanted to build muscle, especially if I go into my 50s. We're both.
Okay, this is another sign of an eating disorder is people tend to lose muscle. And that is one of the physical signs that, you know, that their body is shutting down and they lose a lot of muscle. And now she's going to discuss one of the big physical signs of an eating disorder.
I started thinking about food more. Like, I think at that point I might have literally been, screaming for nutrients, but I was thinking about food. And then I remember thinking that I was hungry and that I wasn't satiated with my food.
Okay, another sign of anorexia. She's just checking all the boxes. It's almost like she had an eating disorder and was, hiding it through pretending to be compassionate and vegan. But this is a common issue, behavioral. This is one of the behavioral signs. And a long, long time ago, I watched a video from a nurse. I think she was from Ireland. And she was a nurse, but she also struggled with an eating disorder. And one of the things is thinking about food, and one of the behaviors to look out for is that they are just obsessed with food and they might be cooking and baking for other people, but they will not eat it themselves. So, another sign that she had an eating disorder and was pretending to be vegan.
That is so unfortunate because I know, and a lot of vegans that continue doubling down and keep going down the path. They're evidently not doing well.
Yeah.
And they will, because the diet is infallible, they will continue beating a dead horse. And
okay, what vegans are not doing well? The stupid fake raw vegans that only eat like juice or drink juice and eat like kale salads and barely eat anything. Yeah, those vegans are not going to do well because they're not eating enough. But if you learn how to boil water to make, sweet potatoes and rice and grains and pasta, whole wheat rice, maybe you'll do better. What about that? Huh? And it's not a no longer vegan video without, throwing shade at vegans. And this is just same anti-vegan BS, different year. And it's really interesting that she decided to do this during Veganuary, but she probably has not been keeping up the raw vegan facade for maybe a year. I'm not really sure. And this is harmful to the vegan movement. She was a closet anorexic that decided to hide her mental illness through veganism. She never cared about the animals. That is why it was so easy for her to go back to paying for them to be raped, tortured, and murdered. And we need to put a stop to this. We need to keep calling these people out. And I will continue to call these people out. And again, thank you so much, Happy Healthy Vegan, for reviewing this video beforehand. The Evil of Straw video beforehand, it really made it a lot easier, even though it did take me a long time. So I will see you all in the next video. It might be a food video. Bye, guys.